Nuance with Nikki, the nitty gritty, even if it's shitty, if the sound sounds bad, I'm actually in a hospital waiting room. I do apologize. So I want to give you an insight into something that I never thought I'd catch on camera, and that is us, the millennial generation of South Africa, and our contribution to healing the nation. It's not an easy one to see because, unlike the Gen Xers and the Boomers who actually had to live through the bulk of apartheid, actually had to face bullets and guns, that only happened early on in my childhood. You don't get to see how instrumental we were in healing this nation. My generation desegregated our classes, but a lot of that involved reparenting our own parents. Sometimes we had to scold them, sometimes we had to comfort them in terms of race and racism. And to their credit, they allowed us to do this. These are parents who grew up in a very strict environment. They'd gotten a lot of hidings and beatings, and they wanted to heal racially too. They just had a lot of mental stuff to break down. And as children, we took that on. I want to give you an example here about Sandra Lang. She's a colored child born to white parents. So early on in apartheid, she was classified black, as we were all classified. Then they reclassified her as white, and then later on reclassified as colored once that label existed, right? In this clip, she returns to her childhood school. I'd like you to observe how the millennial kids are comforting her. This was our entire childhood and teenhood. Please have a look.
Many of these children now came across the border to the same school.
Hallo Sandra, ons het baie van jou gehoor. Hoe het jy alles gedoen?
Ek het die skool geloop van graad 1 af. Toe ek 11 jaar oud was. Toe het hulle my uitgesit. Toe mag ek nie weer skool loop.
Sandra, just want to tell you that don't feel ashamed of yourself that you welcome in the school to bring your children or something, and the school has changed. It's changed very much, and it's very nice. It's a very nice school. We learned very quickly things, and
whenever we have a fight with any Afrikaans children, white children, then the teachers always help us and they tell us that color doesn't matter, we're all the same, and that we must just be friends, and that it wasn't how it used to be many years ago.
Was my alle jare 'n goeie skool. Is maar nou net terug van die apartheid wat ons so gemaak het. Maar dit is 'n goeie skool.
you're really strong to handle these things you've done. And I just want to tell you that we all love you, Sandra.
So the point that I'm trying to make here, guys, to those of you who would tear apart South African unity, we are not new to this freedom fighter game. We have been doing it since before we were in our training bra, since we've been wiping our butts. We have been building this nation. We do not welcome anyone who would tear apart the Rainbow Nation. Our big brothers and sisters, Gen X's, face down guns. Our moms and dads, the boomers, had to watch a country sink into the depths. The millennials, since we were writing our ABCs, had the responsibility to bring it out of that, desegregating our classes, our mosques, our churches, our synagogues. So, as usual, either respect South Africa, otherwise mind your own business and let South Africans mind their South African business. This has been Nuance with Nikki. Thanks for joining. Ciao for now.